Welcome back to the Meniere's Muse podcast. My name is Heather Davies and I'm your host. Today I'm excited to share our very first Vestibular Minute episode. These are going to be quick bursts of inspiration or insights, a little different from our longer guest episodes. Life is wonderfully busy right now. I'm prepping for some upcoming speaking engagements and of course still homeschooling our free-spirited daughter. But we're lining up some amazing guests for future episodes. So today, I want to share something that's a bit of a game changer for me and many others. Are you familiar with the "do you have 8 minutes" theory? It's a simple idea, but trust me, it has the power to completely transform your tough days. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let me introduce you to a concept that could be the key to making those challenging days a little bit more manageable. Have you ever had one of those days when your symptoms are at their peak? Whether it's ear pressure, fatigue, dizziness, noise sensitivity, or maybe it's just a day you wake up feeling off, low, or just plain tearful. I know I've had my share of those days. In fact, just this morning I woke up feeling that familiar pressure in my head and ears. My husband mentioned that a front was coming through, and sure enough, that rain was on its way. I could have told him that anyway, because after all, this is one of my superpowers, living with Meniere's disease. That sixth sense of barometric pressure changes. So on those days when symptoms are kicking and you're just feeling off, or maybe you had something planned and you're looking forward to, and your symptoms flare up, it can be incredibly disappointing. And I really try to give myself grace, but honestly, there are times when I just feel like I'm sinking into a poor me mindset. It's easy to get angry at the symptoms, frustrated by how they limit my ability to do the things I want to do. Other times I may feel good physically, but life doesn't seem to be going as planned. I had a moment like that not too long ago. Some of you know that my family was displaced in September 2022 when Hurricane Ian came through. We were lucky enough to find a good deal on a small RV to live in, and we thought this would be a temporary situation since our boat was damaged. But here we are 2 years later, still living in this tiny space. After months of adjusting, I hit a wall. And one day I was just so overwhelmed. The ear pressure was intense. My emotions were all over the place. I just wanted space. I tried everything I could think of. I went for a walk. I journaled, meditated. I prayed. Usually, one of those helps return me to a place of peace. Not that day. I felt heavy, like I couldn't shake the weight of it all. So I reached for my phone to text my best friend. But then I hesitated, wondering, was I bothering her? Am I bothering her with my problems? Can you relate to this mental game? I've done this several times over the years. As soon as I put the phone down, I remembered the last time I was having a hard time and did not reach out. She got really upset with me. She was right. You shouldn't go through this alone. I would have been disappointed if the roles were reversed, to be honest, and if she was in a bad place mentally and did not reach out. And as I'm sitting here looking at my phone, wondering if I should call her, I remembered a reel I saw with Simon Sinek discussing the "do you have 8 minutes" theory. I was hooked. So without further hesitation, I pushed those negative thoughts aside of, I don't want to bother anybody, picked up my phone and texted her. "Do you have 8 minutes? Hit send. And you know what? I got the response I needed. She typed back, "That's an oddly specific number, but yes." So she called, and you know what? After those 8 minutes, something shifted. I experienced something beautiful. The person on the other end didn't need to solve anything or offer any advice. She gave me 8 minutes of her time. That short exchange reminded me that I wasn't alone. It gave me clarity and calmed my racing mind. I felt lighter, my stress was reduced. I felt more hopeful, more connected, and honestly, just in a better headspace. It's like the best medicine with only positive side effects. So this one phrase has become a lifeline for me and others around the world. I thought the vestibular community could definitely use this. I did, and I love it. It's a way to say, I need you, without the weight of the words. I'm lucky to have a few amazing people in my life that I can turn to with these 5 words. Do you have 8 minutes? And they know it's code for I need you. I'm not asking to be fixed. I'm simply asking for support. I've learned that even a brief exchange can make all the difference. In fact, there was a study in 2021 with 240 adults that showed people who received brief, regular phone calls experienced significantly reduced levels of depression, anxiety, and loneliness compared to those who didn't get those calls. So here's my challenge to you. Think of 2 to 3 people you can always count on. You know, the ones that will be there for you when you need them the most. Yes, the ones you're thinking of right now. Don't overthink it. The first names that popped into your head. Those are your people. Reach out to them, explain the do you have 8 minutes theory, and share it with them. I'll tell you what, I'll include a link in the show notes to the reel that introduced me to this theory with Simon Sinek. And next time you're having a tough day, use it. Because trust me, those 8 minutes will make all the difference. Thank you for tuning in today to this episode of Meniere's Muse Vestibular Minutes. Let's embrace the power of 8 minutes to strengthen our connections and support each other through life's challenges. I hope you enjoyed this first Vestibular Minutes, and I'd love to hear from you. What topics or questions would you like me to cover? Thank you for being here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and forward this to another warrior that may need to hear this message today. If you know someone with an inspiring story or simply have a question, please see all the ways to connect with me in the show notes. If you would like more information on vestibular disorders, please visit the VeDA website at www.vestibular.org. Remember to love and be gentle with yourself. Lean on this beautiful community and remember that healing is possible. As an added note, if you or someone you know is struggling, please know that you are not alone. Help is available. You can call or text in the United States the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988 to speak with a trained counselor, available 24/7. Your mental health matters, and there's always someone ready to listen.